The Blue Recluse. Why can't I say that word? Recluse.
Boom! Yay! VikzeLink! Hey! Boom!
Well, good evening to you. Welcome this lovely Friday evening. Late recording of this World of Warcraft cooking and fishing Stormwind episode. And so, I couldn't record anything on Wednesday because it was the same quests that I had before. Yesterday, however, we did get a new fishing quest, but not a new cooking quest. But today, we have both. So let's go here with the fishing one.
Arnold and I have been fishing in and around Stormwind for years now. That's the kind of time it takes to find a good fishing spot. One of my favorites is called Thunder Falls. It's just south of Stormwind, in Elwyn Forest. Best part around Thunder Falls is the violet perch. I have never seen them anywhere else, only up there at the falls. It's a bit of a hike for me and Arnold to get out there these days, though. Do you think you could head up there and fetch some of those perch for us? Catch 4 violet perch from Thunder Falls, south of Stormwind. Return to Catherine Leland with your catch once you are done. So this is Arnold. I wonder how they are connected. I mean, same last name. They could be married. They could be siblings. Those are the two most... I mean, she says Arnold. He's gray-haired. She isn't. Like, he could have been her dad, but calling your parents by their first names... That I know there are a few people that do that, not many, but a few. That is weird to me. That is really weird when you call your parents by your first name. Okay, and then we have Robbie Flay. Orphans like cookies too.
The orphans of Stormwind are often forgotten. But not today, my friend. The king has requested a special batch of cookies be baked and sent immediately over to the orphanage. I was almost finished with the final batch when I ran out of confectioner's sugar. Can you run out and get some more for me? You should be able to find it at any of the general stores or inns inside of Stormwind.
Obtain 4 sacks of confectioner's sugar. Deliver the sugar to Robbie Flay in Stormwind City. Yeah, so that's one of the ones that I had forgotten, but when I saw it earlier today, when I was like, oh, I can't record today, I was like, oh yeah, that one. So, other than these two, the ones we're missing for the final day, for the cooking is picking apples, and for fishing, I'm guessing it's down in Stormwind Harbor, and we pick up lobsters. I do think that's the one. So, we need 4 sugar, and there are 5 spots we can get it. That's an inn, that's an inn, that's general store, that's an inn, and that's an inn. So, well, I guess we'll head off to do that. So, the odds of the 2 remaining quests to pop up tomorrow is not that very high. It's quite low. But I do need to record Wind Waker anyway, but it might just be that up until I am releasing these episodes, which I'm still not... Eh? Captain Hicks said anchors away? Who's Captain Hicks? And why did I hear him say anchors away? Well, it says yells here, but... I don't know. But here we have the Slaughtered Lamb. I mentioned this. This is the Warlock tavern.
Can I help you?
This guy who works here all alone. Very empty place. Because the Warlocks stay down in the basement. And then... I don't know if they still... have if you at all have a map. So down here are all the warlock trainers that used to be so important. Lorraine Darktide. Who's this? Feels Kultiran. Wonder when this... It must have been added with Battle for Azeroth then, I guess. Or later. But yeah, then... You have a cellar. The cellar goes even further down, you see here. And you can see on the map here, it's like has a room over there and a room over there. And that was back in the day when you got a new... because you got your imp pretty early on in the game. At like level 3, you can do a quest in your starting zone to get the imp. Here we have the sugar. Confectioner's sugar. A whole sack of sugar. How many cookies is he making if you need four sacks of sugar? Okay. So you get a little quest in the starting zone at around level 3 or 4, which made you able to get your imp, your first pet. Is this human commoner? Is this for the... Yeah, it's for the... So yeah, the Blue Recluse... Okay, a little bit of water. The Blue Recluse... Why can't I say that word? Recluse. It's not recluse, it's like recluse. The Blue Recluse. 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 Is it recluse? It sounds wrong. It sounds... Okay, it's just being weird. This is more considered being like... As opposed to the Slaughtered Lamb, which is a warlock bar, this is more like the mage's bar. But it's not filled with mage trainers or anything like that. It's just like the regular bar. And I do believe there was a quest. I don't think it's still a thing. It may be where you could like get here and you had like a ticket you could turn in and they will like present you with a feast and you could eat stuff. Let's see, where do you guys keep your sugar? Back here? Yes, next to the meat. Kind of hard for this guy to reach. This table is kind of high to reach all the way in there. That's not going to be possible. Oh, no, but as I was saying, like, in case these last 2 quests don't show up, I mean, I have 3 more episodes of Wind Waker to edit at this point until I start editing these. And then I have the first 3 and this one that I'm recording right now to edit as well until I need that 5th one. So we have plenty of days for those last 2 quests to show up. Plenty of days. Thank you for the sugar. And now, just because I do remember whenever I did this quest back in the day, I usually went for these 4, and that one it's just another inn that you visit. But let's go to the Dwarven district just to get some Dwarven sugar. So, I mean, all of these inns, at least the Dwarven District Inn, the Old Town Inn, and the Trade District Inn, which is over here, which doesn't have sugar for some reason, you can set your Hearthstone to all of them. At least this one and this one, I think. Not 100% sure about this one. And, well, there is none here, and I don't think there is one here either. I'm unsure about this bar, though. Or inn, rather. It's more of a bar. It does have doors upstairs, but they don't really go to anywhere, any rooms. Okay, good. That is done. But I wonder, like... I guess most people would have their Hearthstones set to here. Yeah, that's... To be able to set your Hearthstone to an inn, it's good that you can do that and, like, switch it around. But I guess, like, right now, the current expansion, the War Within, I mean, who isn't having their Hearthstone set to Dornogal, the big capital city here, that's the current big capital of the expansion? Like, it's silly not to have your Hearthstone set to that place. So... like, and that's really been the case with every single expansion. Like, oh yeah, of course you set your Hearthstone to the big city of that expansion. Exception being Cataclysm, when you would set it to, well, Stormwind or Orgrimmar would be the best places to do that with. So the thing is, you can set your Hearthstone to inns all over the world. Like, if I wanted to, I could go like up, or I mean down to Stranglethorn Vale here in the Stranglethorn jungle and set my Hearthstone to Fort Livingston randomly. I think there might be, you can do that. Most camps you can, like major camps, because most of them have an inn so that you can do that. But there's like the only reason, like back in the day, I could understand that a bit more when you leveling in Classic, for example, which wasn't called Classic, it was just vanilla, is more what I mean. Like then, oh, maybe you spent several hours, for example, in Duskwood, doing quests, and you could set your Hearthstone to Darkshire, and maybe you picked up a couple of quests, but you were questing over here on this side, and so when you needed to turn them in, you would use your Hearthstone to get back instead of running on foot all the way back because it's quite long. Then that had a use. And then as you went to a new place, you would set it to that town or things like that. But these days, with traveling being so fast, to not have your Hearthstone set to a major city is just stupid. It's just way too slow in every single way. So yeah, we are heading up there to that little lake. I think I pointed it out in an earlier episode. Mirror Lake, yeah. So this is Mirror Lake. And it comes... Oh. Here's a level 18 player doing some sort of leveling. But yeah, we have to get up in the mountains. In the mountains. Here. It's the only... Thunderfalls, here we are. Defias bandits, though. They are in the way, so we're gonna have to do some actual combat. Oh! That was an instant kill? But they are my level. Mind Flay! Why are they dying so quickly? They're my level. So they have a little dock over there. Were we ever up here when we did Elwyn Forest? Was there a quest to go up here? I don't remember. Well... We do have one. Oh, no one get. Oh, holy crap! You go that way. I go home, and then we do this, and we do that. Ow! And you die. So wait, I no longer have Vampiric Touch. Oh, I haven't added that to my action bar. Okay. Deals shadow damage, heals me. Okay, we'll put it over there. Because and I wasn't in shadow form, so. Whoa. But I don't want to be in that for when we're not doing like actual questing and combat and stuff. So. Okay. Can I? Nope. I don't understand the glass fishing bobber. Yeah, that's something. I mean, water in World of Warcraft, it was the first time they the only time they updated it was in Cataclysm. Like, they tended to do one big graphical update with every expansion back then. I don't think they tend to look at that as much these days. But like before, the old type of water looked really bad, like really poorly. Then in Cataclysm they did a graphical update to the water surface, how it looks like the splashes around. It still looks pretty good when you look at the actual splashes like this. But how the water function, as you can see, water is should always be plain, but here, oh, they want to show it's a stream that goes down, but the water is just... It's weird, but... They did manage in Pandaria to fix it so that water can actually, if you're in it, if the water is running a certain direction in specific spots, you would float along with it. There we go, a violet perch. No flavor text. But I feel like that's something that would be cool if they added to places like this. And of course, they haven't figured out to this day, because like they haven't figured out waterfalls. But because really, I can show you later when we're done fishing here. If we go over to the waterfall over there, basically the water just cuts off, and then they have, as you can see, the start of the splashing there. It's just like an effect. You can see that, yeah, it's an effect. It doesn't have any actual, there's not actual water there. Oh, there we go. That was, this fishing quest went by much quicker than earlier ones have done too. Otuk Mount! Yay! It's weird, otter, we do have otters in Sweden. I've never seen one though. I guess I just don't live in the correct areas. Also, probably not that common to see anyway. But it just doesn't feel like an animal that lives in Sweden. But yeah, as you can see here, the water just stops, and down the cliff here, that's just an effect. It's not actual water at all. It's just like a flat effect. I mean, this is from vanilla. It's 20 years old, this effect, by now. And then it's just, they put some rocks down at the bottom to hide, like, the splashdown, so that they wouldn't have to do that. And then it's just... Oh, well, I guess they sort of do it over there. Oh, well, that was added later, this thing. I guess the rocks weren't this big, and yeah, this sewer pipe was added later, actually. I think... Either Legion or Battle for Azeroth, this pipe was added in. This little extra water flow here. But I do feel like water is something that would be cool if they updated again. And did some... It's hard with the old... Like, going back and fixing old stuff is always gonna be a difficult thing to do. But I would very much appreciate it. Like up there, as we saw, if the water is sloping, give it a bit of a stream, and maybe add some like effects on top of the water to show that. I mean, then also you have to take in consideration like, oh, it's not a very important thing, but also you wouldn't want the game to be like running... If it would create lag if it's too advanced of an effect. You don't want that for something so trivial. But it would be cool to see in the future. To see some better water. Because it's been 15 years soon-ish since it was upgraded. So,
Have a good one.
were you able to find the falls?
See you around.
These perch look great. These perch look great, Linera. Why don't you join us for a fish fry tonight?
A little bit late now, it's 20 minutes to 11.
Safe travels.
A little bit late for a fish dinner right now. And let's see what we get. Elixir of water walking, but we have to be level 15. And string of alligator teeth. It's kind of fun. We don't have a neck, and you can actually wear this. It's a piece of equipment. But since it's a neck piece, you can't see it. So not only doesn't it do anything and you cannot see it, but you still can wear it. It's kind of funny. It's a piece of gear that does nothing.
Greetings. Were you able to find the confectioner's sugar?
Be careful.
These sacks look like just enough, Linera. Can't wait to see the smiles on the orphans' faces.
See you later.
Just enough with 4 sacks of sugar? I mean, if I were... Oh, here they come now.
Thanks so much for the cookies. Yeah, thanks. See ya.
Didn't he say it would be delivered to the orphanage? Which is over here in the cathedral square? Or did they already know that was going to be the case, so they just ran here and like, oh, you have cookies. because it seemingly it felt implied that, oh yeah, this was they came in afterwards, like, oh, you the guy who made the cookies for us, thank you so
What
much.
can I do for you?
You can take these fish, these fish, and I'll just keep these things. We'll sell that. Yeah, that's good enough.
Around.
But so yeah, we do have 2 quests left: picking apples and picking lobsters. I do believe those are the ones that we are missing. Oh, but I do need to end the episode here. But question. Sugar. We picked up a lot of sugar. Are you a salty or a sweet person? Like, do you like sweets or salty snacks the most? Like, I personally, I like both, but I prefer salt because, yeah, I've talked about it before, chips. I love chips. So salt is a bit more for me. With sugar, it's like sweets and candy and things like that, I like it very much, but I can only have a certain amount until it gets like, like it's too much, too sweet. Salt I can eat more, so I like salt better. But what do you like? Well, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna end this episode here and just relax for a little while before I have to go to bed. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Boom, yeah, äntligen sång, hey, boom, boom, yeah, watch some videos, hey, boom.